Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the Mystic Messenger. I have been having lots of trouble with Mercury retrograde, and my camera has been turning off. So, I have already done your spread. Just wanted to say happy belated spring equinox. Welcome to the new moon in Aries on the 5th. So there'll be a new moon in Aries as well as the sun. So it's time to check in with that wonderful fire energy. Also, the three outer planets will be going retrograde. And that is it's about release, and retrograde is a do-over. So Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto will all be going retrograde for the next couple of months. So it's about revelations, digging deep, things like that. Then the full moon will be in Libra on the 19th. And of course, we're still dealing with the Uranus and Taurus shift that happened a couple of months ago. And Uranus will stay in Taurus for the next 7 years. So that's good for you. That's also about revolutionizing our world and change. And Mercury is finally going direct. Yay. Probably tomorrow. And that's why I'm having trouble with my camera. It's the end of March, so it will move in, I believe, the 28th. It'll go direct and stay there till July, which is great. So April's about wiping the slate clean, and May will be about time to rebuilding. So the main focus, I guess, releasing control and trusting in the process in the month of April. Okay, sweet Taurus, I'm going to find my space. Welcome in all the directions. Welcome in all the planets. This is a reading for Taurus for the month of April, year 2019. Okay, Taurus, let's start at the beginning. Page of Pentacles. And pages really are about messages. Pentacles are the physical things. And of course, Taurus, you guys are really physical. So this is a great thing. This also can be money. But for the most part, it's messages. So have you just put your resume out? Are you looking to get a promotion? So these pentacles are good news regarding either money, material goods, or worldly ambition. So this could be a project that you've put information out on, and you're going to get some positive information back this month of April. What crosses you is your Ace of Swords here. And swords are all about communication, about intellect, really thinking things through. And the aces are really like hand of God stuff. So you're most likely on the path that you're supposed to be, or at least you can see the path that you are. It's getting clearer, the path that you are supposed to be on. But it does look like you have some God-given talent, shall we say, that you're absolutely using. It also, Spirit is telling me to be gentle with your communication. It does feel like that you are an authority on some things that need to be communicated. So please do it with love and kindness and no sharp, biting words. Gidget is waking up to say hi to you. She likes to suck up the energy whenever I do these readings. So you probably see Miss Gidget here a lot. Anyway, back to you, Taurus. This Ace of Swords, that's hand of God things. You're on the right track, or at least you can see clearly the next step. It may require a little more effort, but it does. This crown is lighting up for me, so stay in integrity when you're speaking. And if someone's pushing your buttons, know that they're just pushing your buttons. And when people speak harshly to one another, they're usually speaking out of pain or hurt of some kind. So keep that in mind when you're communicating with someone who may be a little hostile or having a bad day. So keep your communication light and in integrity. But it does look like you will be asked for your opinion because you are an authority on something that you are doing. The star here, this is new projects. This is bringing things from your mind into the physical world. So it does look like you've been working very diligently on a project of some kind. This can be work related. This can be personal related. This can be your own personal art. This can be your own personal passion as well. But it does look like you're pouring out a lot of energy into it. Make sure you take care of yourself and keep it light. But it does look like it's time to take some of your talents that you have come into the body, into the earth suit with, and to share it with others. But it does feel like that you have some very important information that either community needs or the world needs. So don't be afraid to pick up that brush and start that masterpiece. Write that novel you've always wanted to write. Teach the class you've always wanted to. Go back to school. Whatever it is that you've wanted to do that you've put off for a while for other things, now it's time to embrace it and really bring those great ideas from the external and bring them into the physical to manifest them. So it looks like you are on your way, Taurus. The 10 here, this is a kind of a harsh card, but it is in the past position. So it does look like some betrayal. This can be from the heart. This can be, a relationship that went bad. This can be betrayal of family members, friends. You could have gotten fired from a job, something like that, that really hurt you. But it looks like it's something from the past, and it doesn't look like it's the near past. It does look like it has been a while, and it's something that you are processing, and you are continuing to process. Because it is a 10, it does feel like it is the end of that cycle, that you are releasing some of those fears, you're releasing some of that pain, and really looking at what you learned and what you won't repeat again because of this harsh lesson. The one in the present time, this is the 4 of Swords, and you've got a number of swords here, so it's really about keeping that communication light and honest, not necessarily accepting others' opinions. If it doesn't jive with you, you continue on your way, but it does feel like that you've been having some disruptive sleep. This can mean sleeping too much. This can be not sleeping at all. But it does look like you're getting some information on the astral plane that that you need to look at. So pay attention to the messages that are coming through to you. What I like to do is put a little notebook next to my bed, and when I first wake up, because I can't remember anything after about 10 minutes, so I like to write it down and then take a look at it later and see what Spirit was trying to tell me while I was sleeping. You do get a lot of messages from the other side. Some are just fears coming through, but for the most part, we do get messages from Spirit. So pay attention a little bit. This belt here is lighting up for me, so your food intake may be being messed with a little bit. If you are worried, you might be stress eating, or you may not be eating at all. So pay attention to your nutrition a little bit. That will help with your sleeping. Also, if you're doing like the midnight munch thing, that kind of prevents you from getting the rejuvenative sleep that you need. Your body is still working to digest. So I'm getting this message to make sure that you have processed all your food about 2 hours before you go to sleep, so you can attain the rejuvenation sleep that really gifts your body versus the working to digest kind of sleep. And that is happening. It feels like it's happening now. But with a little shift of awareness, I think you can conquer this, Taurus, because you're right on the edge of letting all this stress go. It does not really serve you, but it does feel like there are some challenges coming up. There may have been some negativity. This can be work-related, friends-related, so there may be a bit of static between communication a little bit, with Mercury retrograde, all communications kind of funky. Electrical things don't work. This may be a continuation of that. So this may be a disagreement you had with a family member. This may have been a negative job review, something that's kind of bringing a little bit more strife to you. And if it's something that you don't need to engage in, I encourage you to kind of walk by. But if it is something you must engage in, be of the highest highest integrity as you speak. A lot of these swords are lighting up for me. And sometimes swords can be your words can be kind of cutting. So be aware as you're communicating, for whatever reason, that you have the highest goal, and use your kindness and integrity as you speak. But this card also can stand for undue or uncomfortable attention towards you. So it can be in a love space. Maybe somebody's asking you out that you're not interested in. Can be even harassment on that level, or just some negativity at work that is kind of around you. But it doesn't feel like it will affect you all that much if you don't engage in it. If it doesn't feel like it's in your flow, then walk on by. The basis of all this is the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands, she can be a fire sign, and this is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This can be a person in your life. The general reading on the Queen of Wands is she's social, she's prominent, she has a position of authority. So you may even be getting a job change, a raise, or this can be just being an authority to something. It does feel like you have some knowledge to share to the world. So don't be afraid to write that book, teach that class, join school, do some of those things that you've wanted to do. For the most part, though, she's very social. So this may be someone in your life that you're embracing, that is teaching you temperance and teaching you balance as well. This feels like a positive card. Things are moving in the more positive manner. You've done a lot of work over the last 24 to 48 12 to 24 months, sorry. 12 to 24 months that you've been working pretty hard and releasing some of your habits that didn't work, or your choices that you were used to that didn't work, whether it's on the love relationship or whether it's on interpersonal. But things are changing and you're really upping your game, it feels like. So don't worry if other people have negative opinions on you. It does feel like that you're going in the right direction here, and that Queen of Wands will help you with your social prominence. She also can stand for being out in the world a little more socially. You know, in the Western Hemisphere, we're moving into spring, so it's kind of a great time. Gives us permission to go out and do barbecues, get together with people, you know, socialize a little bit more with our family, and just get out in the world. And I think that is coming to you if it hasn't already happened. Temperance is finding your balance, even though some things are pretty challenging for you. It's about finding your patience. These red wings are lighting up for me. So it does feel like the anger of the past is being released, kind of like feathers being released into the wind. It is behind you now. There's no positive reason for you to still hold on to this anger. It is only hurting you. It does look like it's part of the anger from the betrayal of the past. Just let that go. Your opinion is the only one that really matters. After all, it does feel like your heart is healing. This triangular this triangle right on your heart chakra. It is orange. Orange to me is representing healing for you. So your heart is healing through a lot of pain of the past, but you've kind of emerging almost like flying into your power a little bit. And it does feel like you have connected with the spirit of your heart. You're trusting your intuition a little bit more, finding your balance, as well as gifting others with your knowledge. So it looks like some of that fear you've put down, and you're starting to share things that you absolutely have a lot of information on. So don't let the disappointments of the past hold you back from your greatness, Taurus. So Page of Cups is here. Cups are all about hearts, your heart, emotion, love. Pages are about messages. So have you started an online profile? Are you getting messages of love and interest? But this can be as simple as a message from someone that you love to a marriage proposal or even an invitation in the mail of someone else's marriage. But cups are about love, marriage, engagement, and it can mean take an emotional risk. And for you, Taurus, I think it's more on the side of take an emotional risk. You've been really protecting your heart for a while, and if you are in a current loving relationship, it does feel like you'll take the next step up in that relationship, whether it's you might have been living with somebody for the last 10 years. Maybe it's time to jump over the broomstick. But there are positive changes coming to the heart space if you take a chance and trust yourself a little bit. So the next card is another 5. Of course, these are challenges. This does look like the crying over spilt milk. That's the one I call it, crying over spilt milk. So it does look like some of your disappointments of your past, whether it's interpersonal love or work, have been a big disappointment to you. You still have all your skills. You still have all your love. There are things you learned from these negative experiences, and no matter where you go, you take those positive experiences and lessons with you. So it does look like it is the last vestige of releasing from this situation of the past. So you may be in therapy, you may be, embracing your passion, and really truly releasing this kind of congested pain from the past. It doesn't serve you anymore. You learned a large lesson, and you are no longer the person you were when you made this initial choice that hurt you or wronged you. You have learned so much. So trust in the journey, trust in yourself a little bit. And the Lovers is right here, kind of reminding you there is soulmates out there for everyone. This can be also loving yourself unconditionally, trusting yourself. But the Lovers, for the most part, is about opening your heart. You do have a lot of the heart opening stuff here, turning down the kind of the caustic, toxic, slashing communication that no longer is in line with your growth. And your heart is opening a bit. And however that looks for you, Taurus, for some of you, it's taking the next step in a current love relationship. For many of you, it's letting go a relationship that hasn't worked for years, or even being open to the idea of connecting with another if you haven't in many years. There are a number of love cards here, so take a chance, Taurus. Trust yourself. You are no longer the person you were from the past. The next card on the other side is a 6, and these are kind of like when you resolve these issues with the 5, the 6 shows up. So it's time to float a little bit. This 6 of Swords is just float a little, collect your thoughts a little bit. Also collect some more information before making a big sweeping step. So it does look like you're collecting more, just letting life be for a minute before processing or over processing. You've done processing for the last 2 years. So enjoy where you are. Enjoy relinquishing control a little bit and floating and seeing what Spirit gifts you this month, and then make some decisions on this. But you've done quite a lot of work, and it's time to enjoy that wonderful space that you've created for yourself, even if it is, not doing much of anything. Sometimes just enjoying the quiet is a wonderful gift to give ourselves. But it does look like in general it's time to get out in the world a little bit, enjoy yourself, get some sun on your face. So this is your general reading, Taurus, for the month of April. I have thrown a couple of these wonderful goddess guidance cards that my dear friend, the Mystic Sisters, have turned me on to, and they seem to bring it on home. The first one I pulled was Artemis, the Guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So it's really about trusting yourself and trusting the journey. Diana is pulled also, and she's about focused intentions. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark, no matter what anyone else thinks about you or negativity that they throw on you. You keep your eye on the prize, sweet Taurus, and you'll get there. All right, that is your reading for the month of April. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back for your May reading soon. And in the meantime, live life gently, but with fire. Namaste.